After School Special Podcast. After School Special Podcast. After School Special Podcast. After School Special Podcast.
Daddy, what's it gonna be like in the year 2000?
Well, sweetheart, for your sake, I hope it'll be all peaches and cream. But I'm afraid the end time is near. The cataclysmic apocalypse referred to in the scriptures of every holy book known to mankind. It will be an era fraught with boundless greed and corruption, where global monetary systems disintegrate, leaving brother to kill brother for a grain of overcooked rice. The nations of the civilized world will collapse under the oppressive weight of parasitic political conspiracies which remove all hope and optimism from their once faithful citizens. Around the globe, generations of polluters will be punished for their sins, unshielded by the ozone layer they have successfully depleted, left to bake in the searing naked rays of light.
Disease encircles the earth, plagues and viruses with no known cause or cure, laying waste to whatever draws breath, and humankind, having proven itself to be nothing more than a race of ruthless scavengers, fall victim to merciless attack at the hands of interplanetary alien tribes who seek to conquer our charred remains. This is extinction level event, the final world front, and there is only 1 year left.
Wow, that's cool. I can't hardly wait.
You don't have to, because here it is. Because here it is. Because here it is.
Hello, everyone that is out there, and all our little latchkey kids, and our broken homies, like broken homes, broken homies, latchkey kids. Come, sit by the fire, this steel barrel, as we tell a tale of disaster movies. What's that? A comet? Oh, we're all dead. Disaster. A disaster film, or disaster movie, is a film genre that has an impending or ongoing disaster. That's what a disaster movie is. We are talking about the shitty disaster movies. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Disaster. Disaster.
Yeah, what about it?
Get it?
I don't know. Get it?
That's all I thought. Yeah, I do get it. Take her ass.
Oh my god.
But okay, so for me, solely me, actually, you know what? We're gonna do something different. Instead of saying me right away, Don, what do you equate disaster movies with? Is it, hot dogs? Is it, I don't know, rubbing oils on oneself?
Well, I equate it with a natural occurring event that normally happens every now and again, like a tornado, like, I don't know, taping your hands together to your balls to impress yourself. Things of that nature that only happens every now and then, right, John? And then all of a sudden it goes all willy-nilly because of, what do you call that? Climate control? Not climate control.
Climate change.
Climate change and things that are not of nature impacting the world or situations that I just spoke of. Changes everything and practically begs humanity, the world, to change their ways. But of course we do not. And hence we have disaster movies with Morgan Freeman in most of them.
Yep. Yeah, I think I brought this up before. There's an article about like black presidents in sci-fi and in disaster movies.
Yes, dude. Fifth Element.
Yep, The Fifth Element, Morgan Freeman in Deep Impact. There was another one, maybe that was with an asteroid or a meteor with Morgan Freeman as the president. Danny Glover.
Olympus Has Fallen is another one.
Olympus Has Fallen. Danny Glover in Day After Tomorrow, where he was too old for this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then froze to death. So just to real quick to touch on that, but they were saying that it's like the reason why they were in there was almost like Freudian in a way that black person could never be a president is what this article was saying. And so that's why they were in like sci-fi movies. And then in turn, disaster movies are racist in that realm, I guess, is what they were trying to say. Nothing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no. Okay.
I just like.
I agree to an extent that the only time that there's black representation as the president is when some fucked up shit is happening. Is never
Oh yes.
like a political comedy or just some like regular like political
Head of State with Chris Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't. Yeah.
That's true. I forgot about that one. Isn't Charlie Murphy in that one?
Bernie Mac.
When
Charlie
he's just
Murphy's
smacking people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's always some fucked up shit. We just can't have like a regular ass, I don't know. House of
You're not wrong.
House of
Terms
Cards
of
drama.
Terms of endearment, and then there's a black person as a president. I don't know. The woman is dying of cancer.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He enjoyed that.
Haven't you ever seen Terms of Endearment?
I haven't.
Fucking
I've
mom
heard
made
of
me
it.
watch it all the goddamn time.
Your mom
Constantly
did?
watch-
Why?
Yeah. It's her favorite movie. She'd always be crying at the end of it. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
Do you
It's
like
just-
movies where you're crying at the end of it?
Do I?
Yeah.
I
I think you do.
I
What's a movie you
Don't.
cried to, Aaron?
What's a movie I cried to?
Yeah, well, it's a recent. What's a recent movie that you've cried to?
A recent movie that
Mhm. That brought you to tears, brother.
Air Bud.
recently Airbud.
Yeah, I've never seen it before. I just watched it the other day with kids. Sad movie.
Yeah.
But that's not
Because
the-
you know that it's actually the dog dies in real life. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, they fucking put his ass down right away.
like right after the shoot.
Yeah, right after. No, the actual dog. He like shot one basket. They're like, oh, pretty sure he's got cancer of the nose. Pop.
Anything with animals dying, that always gets
Yeah.
me. But
Is that what we should just talk about? Is that the fact that our lives, not our lives, but this world is just one big disaster film
Yeah,
after
we can
another?
do that. We can do
Because
that.
look, 2020, COVID, 2016, Donald Trump. Now some people, they wanted to vote
They
for
thought that
Donald
was the
Trump.
best
So,
thing
okay,
ever happened. Yeah,
Whatever. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with Biden. A lot of people think that Biden was a disaster, and I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it depends on what side of the aisle you're on. If you're like me, I'm liberal, but I don't lean that far left. Like,
And if you're like me,
yeah.
you get Molotov cocktails and you throw them.
Here
No,
we go.
I'm not gonna do that.
Here we
yeah,
go.
but it has been a disaster the last couple years.
But
Yeah.
disaster movies, one could say that we're just a couple viruses and a couple explosions, possibly nuclear explosions, possibly within our lifetime, away from a disaster movie.
I read
You know,
yesterday that 99% of all species that have lived on this earth are already extinct.
yeah,
99%.
Yeah.
I was like, what? How is that possible? But when they like tracked all the way from, the beginning of how this earth was formed, they kind of tracked all the species that are already, have been documented. And they're like, yeah, 99% of them are already
that's
gone.
crazy, man. That's why the only
Well,
villain.
that includes the dinosaurs, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's why two villains that I can identify with is Thanos and Ultron. You understood why they felt the way they felt about shit that's going on.
I think-
like
A lot of those people, what is it? Not just Ultron or Thanos, but you more or less Gary Oldman in Air Force One. He was just fighting for what he believed in
Yeah.
and what his country was, even though it was a terrorist organization. You really
Yeah.
can't fault the villains in most of these movies. What is the villain in a disaster movie? Is there usually someone that
It's humans
comes around? Well, it's humans.
in general, I think. It's not nature. Nature is just
well,
reacting.
you know what? It's
Nature is
man-made. Chaos is
Set in
nature
motion
is-
by us, though.
Yeah, but
What, an
man-made.
asteroid?
No. Man-made
Well-
disasters would be what
We just put a
is
fucking
our-
magnet out.
is
and
what-
that fucking
like
asteroid.
a baseball glove.
Yeah.
man-made disasters is what our undoing is. Digging and
Yeah.
being greedy for shit. Like trying to get more out of the earth.
Oil.
Fracking,
Mhm.
which leads to these earthquakes and shit like that, and digging in places that.
I'm just waiting for us to dig into something that opens up a fucking portal to hell, and all of a sudden we're surrounded by demons, or in the mist. You got
And you know
those
what,
fucking
man?
caterpillar penis-looking creatures, fucking.
And some
face
people
hugging.
look forward to that. Some people look forward to it. There's doomsdayers. They look forward to that. And I'm like,
Because they
it's
can
no
just
weapon-
point to you and say, we were right. We were right.
Like, we were like, you're not going to outlast the apocalypse, dude.
It's like,
it's not
you're
gonna
right.
happen.
And now I'm tying you up and the rest of your family. I'm going to take all your fucking Gerber's baby food
Yeah.
and eat it for myself.
Have you ever sat down and thought about what you would do during a time like that? Like World War Z. What would be your scenario in that?
My scenario would be to first see if my street or community wants to team together to kind of build and reinforce our area.
You're already dead.
Nope. Because if they don't, if we're seeing people kind of doing their own thing and people whispering, take my family and I get the fuck out. More or less what I do is I take their supply of food, take it with me, kill at least 3 or 4 people, put their heads on spikes to send a message to the rest of them, don't follow us. And then we head out, we head north, possibly killing spree on the way there, kids doing a little chippy choppy too. Teaching them how to kill, how to hunt,
out the window,
how to fish. Yep, exactly. Yeah. And then I don't know, settle up somewhere nice and warm, maybe like North Carolina. Head down south for a little.
I said, I remember I had this conversation before. The zombie apocalypse.
You have?
Hits. Yeah, we've had it before. And the zombie apocalypse hits. I said that I would take over a Sam's Club. Whoever's locked in the Sam's Club would now be under my rule. So I would be the mayor of Sam's Club, like the governor of Walking Dead.
Well, I was gonna say, are you gonna have like a team with you? Because if you just go in there, it's like this is my
I'm gonna
Sam's
have a
Club.
team.
They're gonna fucking throw hot dogs at you.
I'm gonna have a team. So it's gonna be like.
So you're gonna instantly hoard food.
Yeah. I'm gonna be obese. Like I'm gonna be like.
Jabba the Hutt.
Fat dude on a gopher.
Hey babies, you liking the show? Well, thanks. Leave a 5-star rating and a comment, please. Do you want to see the guys' faces? Well, they got YouTube videos. It comes out every Wednesday before the episode comes out on Friday. You can watch this podcast on any major platform you listen to. Rate 5 stars and comment. Thanks, babies.
What's the first thing you're gonna loot during these apocalypse? What's the first thing?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be like Woody Harrelson. I'm going to White Castles, man. Like he went for Twinkies. I'm going. I'm gonna be farting during the zombie apocalypse.
What about the weed shops, Aaron? Are you?
Oh my God.
Nope, I gotta stay straight-laced for that. I'll be gathering intel around my neighborhood to make sure that we and then kind of see where we can gas up certain areas where we could stay for the night, be safe and everything. And then if we're talking World War Z zombies, then the further north we go, the zombies will freeze, and then I will make a mansion out of their bones.
There you go.
Renewable source. Yeah.
You could cover yourself.
I would use them as blankets and furniture. I'd have a little zombie coffee table. John, come in. Please sit down. Have a sweet tea or a possible cookie here. Yes, don't worry about that. That is a skull, but he is dead. And then all of a sudden he bites you, and then you become a zombie, and then I become a zombie because I can't bring myself to kill my best.
You have to isolate yourself. You definitely have to isolate, but you want to have a group of survivors because, if you got to repopulate, you got to definitely be able to have that amongst you. Not that that's the first thing on my mind.
I just imagine Aaron with like an IKEA-like furniture with human bones and skin parts.
An ottoman.
Yeah, like he's using bones to hammer in stuff. It's quite exciting. I don't know,
some fucking Swedish name to it. It's like it's a Zomboloff. What's a Zomboloff? It's a chair that I created. I kind of gave it an IKEA feel. Go to Zombie IKEA.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if we see that it's guys, this is the plan. This is the plan. If we see that it's happening, what we do is we eat as much food, we get as fat as we can. Okay, and then I'm talking like morbidly obese.
I can do that.
And then we go like in your basement or something. We close everything off, board it up, and we stay there for like 30 days. And you could just live off water if we could figure out get a rain barrel or something like that.
And
we just live off of the fat that we've gathered,
accumulated.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And when we leave, we'll be skinny as fuck. We'll be able to, book it and run because we can also, you don't want to expend too much energy, but we could book it, we could run, and there'll be less people because everyone will be more or less killed within that time frame. Within the first 2 weeks, you're going to have.
Can I say this is a better topic than talking about the movies? This is great.
Yeah, I know.
Talk about fucking zombie survival guide shit.
Yeah, this got my imagination going.
Okay,
so,
gun or hand-to-hand combat, like weapon. Like, are you going to use an axe or a sword, or are you going to use a gun?
I'm using a Morningstar, the baseball bat with the spikes in it.
Ooh. Can I have a gun sword? Like a sword attached with like a 9mm? It's gonna look weird.
Okay.
I want a gun sword. I'm sorry.
I just want a baseball. Well, no, because you did the baseball bat, so I'll do an axe, but I want like a little squeaky toy on it, so every time you hit someone, it's like.
I saw on the news a guy from Chicago. He dressed up real guns to look like Nerf toys.
Holy shit!
Oh wow!
And I guess when he was like roll up on people, they were thinking he's pointing toys at them, and he just.
And then he just yells "Nerf or nothing."
Nerf or nothing.
I guess so. God,
hell of a way to go out.
Gang, gang.
I would, yeah. I was gonna say I would laugh for a second and be like,
right? You thinking darts are gonna come out, and it's like,
yeah. And no, it's bullets.
That's crazy, man.
At this weakening state, don't you think the aliens are going to descend on the planet finally? Once the sea levels rise, they're like, hell yeah, it's perfect now.
Now that's another one. Let's think the War of the Worlds. We got those aliens coming. How do you survive that shit? So the way you survive that shit is you already know that they're going to come and they're going to start terraforming the Earth. So we need to find a way to survive this until we can get these bastards one-on-one to kill them.
John, you brought up a good point. Don't you think they've already infiltrated us? And not in a good way. But I mean, like, Marvel was coming out with Secret Wars. Timeline. Yeah. So I think they've already begun infiltrating us by mimicking how we look and talk. And these tycoons that have been like, no, there's no global warming. Just keep it up. I think that's the fucking aliens in disguise. Changing the Earth.
You take it, motherfucker. You're taking a page from my book.
Yeah.
Have you joined the cult?
I thought I was already a member. Yes.
I've seen that theory, but it wasn't with aliens. It was with reptile people in Clive Barker's The Meat Train. You ever read that?
No. Reptilians. Actually, I think they're Draconians is the correct terminology for the reptile aliens.
So long story
this is real?
On the
Draconians.
I'm just fucking around.
Real quick, John, before you continue, Draconians, they're terraforming this planet in order to get it like sweaty and swampy because they really like it like that, and they also smell like farts. So continue, John, please.
What I was going to say is Clive Barker has a book of Blood, and one of the stories is the Midnight Meat Train, where this guy who works on the subway has to kill people to feed these reptiles, and these reptiles in turn give gold and treasure to the city to keep the city up and running. So everybody in the infrastructure, like the mayor and the governor, they all know about it. It always goes as an unsolved case. So I was thinking, if you had reptile people going on right now, I could see them infiltrating, like people going missing that never return. Like, for instance, you guys remember when that plane from
Malaysia?
Yeah.
No, that shit crashed.
Yeah.
They still haven't found that,
but
they never found anything from it. No bodies, nothing.
No bodies, but something did wash up on shore, but they couldn't link it to that flight. But it was like a Malaysian airliner, is what they were saying. That would be so fucking cool.
Well, not the crash, but
not the crash, but the disappearing aspect of it. Because I'm like, fucking Mothman, all that shit. Like, that's my fucking bread and butter. You have the Draconians, and then you have the Venusians. And like all these, the Greys,
sound like a mob crime family. The Draconians.
Kind of a little bit. They're a little bit, crime family. Except they just stick things in your ass or they eat you. The Draconians eat you, and then the Greys, who smell like farts, and then they stick probes in your butt, and then you shoot spider webs out your penis.
Oh my god!
You think it's like that with the aliens, like the five?
Yeah, they just
five crime families is like the 5 alien crime families.
Didn't one guy come out from the government and say, yeah, there is an interstellar...
Hellier, defense minister for Canada or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he said there is an interstellar...
They're leaking little things, just a little at a time every year. Even the previous president said, yeah, you heard that, Aaron? That before he left office, he said some stuff.
So my reason, like why they're doing that now to get real with y'all, okay, is
be careful.
They need to what? Am I gonna get murked for?
We might be treading on dangerous waters, guys.
So the whole thing is that they're showing this stuff has been around for forever.
Yeah, right.
Probably way back, even Roswell, and the stuff that is there, but we cannot see. Mainly like the weird shit that you see in the sky. These like weird blue explosions. I think one of them is called like Project Blue Light. There's stuff that we haven't seen. The stuff that we're seeing right now, I actually think is like top secret government equipment that they're starting to do. And any like aliens, this is me, when we see a UFO, two things. One, it could be US government. Two, it could be an extra dimensional being. Could be us.
Yeah.
That's how I think. I think the people might be time travelers, or the government. The reason why they're releasing so much of this stuff is, and it sucks. When I watch this, it's them just showing like, okay, there are UFOs, but this is just shit you've seen for forever. So we're just going to explain it. Yeah, it's UFOs, but actually we're building fucking weapons that are going to just decimate us all. And then don't get me started on that neutron collider, because I swear to God, when I had that stroke in 2016,
I know what you're talking about.
Boson, whatever. It was right around that time, and I had a stroke. And you know what? I think I died that day. And then my body left that dimension and came here where I'm doing this podcast.
But I've always had this belief that there's a multiverse of everything is happening at once right now. Every possibility that you can think of, like Doctor Strange might have talked about it in the Infinity Wars when he was like, there's only one option that would come out when he was talking to Tony. But I've always had this belief that there are multiple paths that are all flowing at the same time. And I'm so excited with Kane coming out with the timeline, how there are multiple timelines. I've always believed that there's a multiverse. I believe there's different versions of us doing something different.
There's like a version of us that's dinosaurs. Like we're all fucking dinosaurs. There's like a version of us that's dogs, spaghetti, a plate of spaghetti and meatballs.
I'm just saying, man. Like I do believe that. I believe well, not that spaghetti and meatballs, but I do believe that there are different versions of us, like multi-versions of us, different races, different species that are all interconnected, but we're connected by one being, but we're divided by a timeline. And I think when you die, that's your timeline ending, but the other timelines are still expanding.
Yeah. And then once all the timelines are gone, you go to the one being, and then you go there. It's a room. It's green. It's got a green carpet, dark green carpet. You walk in there, and right on the table is a 101 knock jokes book, and that is the god that we're all looking at.
The Large Hadron Collider is the world's largest and highest energy particle collider. It was built by the European Organization for Nuclear Research between 1998 and 2008. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
It's the most powerful accelerator in the world. It boosts particles such as protons, which form all the matter that we know.
So what could it create? It could create a black hole. Hey guys, if you like to see us in the flesh, we have video highlights of our episodes we release on every Wednesday before the new episode that comes out Friday. As always, you can catch this podcast on any major platform you listen to podcasts. Please make sure to rate us 5 stars and comment on how you're liking the show. After School Special Podcast.
It's this lady and she's like, hi, welcome to my vagina.
After School Special Podcast.
What robot pet starts out speaking a unique language, but eventually speaks English? Gloopy? The fuck is a gloopy?
Podcast comes out every Friday. So let's get back to disasters. What if there was a black hole in the middle of the planet?
And
Like it just started forming.
So it's in the middle of the planet, therefore it's going to suck in the planet. Like it's going to collapse
It's
in
going
on
to
itself.
suck that planet.
Oh, it's going to collapse in on itself. So
Suck it right off.
it's self-sucking itself.
It kind of does,
Is that
like
possible?
it's spinning, it's like, that type of motion where your wrist is like turning and then it gets I'm going to shut up.
Well, I'm saying you're sucking yourself off.
Yeah, Earth getting sucked off by itself by a black hole.
Wouldn't that be fitting?
Well-
That would be a fitting end, right?
Oh yeah.
What were you-
Somebody somewhere would be like, "Yep, I saw this coming from a mile away."
Who's the director for those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies? Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
I can
Michael
see him
Bay.
directing that movie.
Yeah,
Oh my
Michael Bay
God,
would
there's
do
a
that.
black hole and it's going to suck us off.
Starring Megan Fox.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Megan Fox and Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, with that happening, I'm not going to be like the parents in Numbers, where they're like, "Well, we're just going to stay here and just melt." You ever seen Numbers with Nicolas Cage
No.
when he was doing all the
Was it numbers or knowing?
Knowing.
Knowing, yeah.
So what
Oh,
happened
yeah.
was he was finding all the numbers and they correlated to a disaster. And then when he found out exactly what was going on, he tried to save his parents. And his parents were like, "Well, no, we're too old. We're not going to do this." And they stayed in the house and the sun was moving closer to the planet and the planet was going to get destroyed and the aliens were saving just the kids and the animals. I'm not doing that. I'm going to try my best to survive these last couple days. I'm not going to just sit
Wait,
in my...
knowing they just saved the kids? What
Yeah.
are these, like Michael Jackson aliens?
These were just like aliens. These
I
were
know, I know, Don. I'm sorry. That's a low-hanging fruit.
No, they saved. They just saved all the.
What if
children.
it is Michael Jackson? What if we find out the truth?
An Epstein alien?
Epstein alien? Fuck.
They were all aliens this whole time, like Men in Black, the movie with Will Smith.
We just
Yeah.
really like hanging out with kids.
Well, I think the kids should be spared. To be honest. They
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
get
yeah,
along.
100%.
Yeah.
No
Learn
child should be. But then what happens when they
behind.
grow up? They're just like more or less like, well, hit the shower. It's there.
They restart and the kids get a better chance off, but who kids get saved and who don't? That's just like in 2012 when they decided that the rich and the smart were going to be the only ones to get saved, and a lot of people had to fight to get on those big mega ships in 2012. You remember that?
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that Russian guy threw his kids and then he fell to his
And
death.
he fell to his death. Yeah.
In
that
these
was-
disaster movies, they always depict the aliens like they got it all figured out for some reason. There's never like dumb aliens. Or rarely.
Yeah.
There was a
Did
movie
you-
called Paw.
I love that movie. I was
I do
just
too.
But he
about to
wasn't
mention
dumb
that.
though, right?
He was a
He
stoner.
was just Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just more or less Seth Rogen is an alien.
Yeah. I mean, not dumb, but not brilliant.
I fucking love that. That movie is so underrated.
But do you get what I'm
Did
saying?
you-
The aliens always
Yeah.
have it figured out. Like, oh, they're so brilliant. Oh, they're like celestials. What if they're just dumb and they just got lucky with technology and they come here
What
like
if they're just they're right on the same mark as us,
Like the
and they're just
Coneheads.
like the Coneheads. Yeah, they're just trying to figure it out, man. They don't know what the fuck's going on.
Don't you
Speaking
think-
of alien movies,
Don't you think E.T. was on the spectrum?
Jesus and
Yeah, so was Mac and me, I guess.
yeah,
No.
Mac and me definitely.
Think about it. Like, what if he was part of a species of aliens that don't act like him and they just sent him here because
It's
he's-
been done. It was on Robot Chicken. They did that,
Really?
Robot.
Damn
yeah,
it.
They did that. Yeah.
great minds, I guess.
Hey, so speaking of alien movies, they just released Prey on Hulu, which is the prequel
Oh.
to
Yep.
Predator.
Predator.
It's the first
That's out
cast.
today. That's right.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's
John.
the first cast that stars all Native Americans.
Well,
So,
Apocalypto.
well,
But there wasn't
they're
that
not
more,
Native
like,
Americans though. Those are
Mexican?
more. Yeah, that's more.
Oh, the Aztec people. That's
But
right.
Aztecs,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
all
bands
in
came
the
over
that
and-
language. All that was say what you will about that man, Mel Gibson, but he can direct. his ass off. I saw that for the first time like 8 years ago. I'm like, shit.
You suck my dick before we get into the hot tub.
Is he still racist? Never mind.
Oh,
What were you saying, John?
Oh yeah. Well, I was just saying that came out. So that's considered a disaster for them anyway, because they're trying to figure out what this thing is.
I love that concept. Do you love that?
I thought so too. Yeah, I did too. I wanted to get you guys feedback on that, like the idea of the first humans being hunted by the predator. Isn't that cool?
It is.
I thought that was great. Yeah, I gotta watch it.
I was hoping it was a series. It's just a movie.
Yeah. I gotta watch it.
Well, speaking of aliens and, in a sense, disaster movies, there was one that I saw recently. I won't say much on it, but Nope.
Yes, dude.
And back to disaster movies.
All right, so yeah, disaster. So
I know Super 8. That was like a teen disaster movie, right?
Yeah, that was Alien.
Yeah, that was more like a monster alien movie. When it comes to disaster movies, and John and I were talking about this, like there's some movies that I don't equate with like disaster movies. Like Independence Day, I would, because that is a disaster movie. Deep Impact 2012, whatever, the Geostorm.
That's recent. Armageddon.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't consider Twister a disaster movie, but I equate it as like loss of life. You know, like millions of people. That's a disaster movie. When
and
millions
a cow.
of people die. Well, what, Twister?
Yeah, Twister, because that cow got.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah,
what
the
about
cow got murked, but
Pompeii?
Yeah, technically it wiped out a whole civilization. I would count that. But Twister is like, you know, the fucking neighborhood. You know, the McDonald's down the street.
Yeah, they don't
your
matter.
Mobile gas station. No, they don't, man. That's the
that was
South.
Bill Paxton, right? Bill Paxton and
Helen
Hunt.
Yeah, man, she was like the it girl for a second, or the
she was.
it woman.
Never understood it. She always had thin lips. I don't know.
I just remember her in Something's Gotta Give with.
As Good as It Gets.
As Good as It Gets.
Oh yes,
Yep.
yes.
Fucking great movie. She was in, I think, a movie with Mel Gibson. It's What Women Want or something like that.
Oh, when he can read
They
people.
sure as shit don't want Mel Gibson. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, if they want a payday or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'd take a shot in the mouth for a couple $100.
Oh my god.
Only a couple hundred? Damn, bro. Times are rough.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, it's a different time right now, man.
What about
we're all
Batman
genders.
Forever, John? That was a
Batman
disaster
Forever?
movie.
Was that? Oh, dude. Yes.
You want to know something crazy? I saw that for the first time 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's how bad it had to look to me when I was a kid, because that came out in '97, so I had to be 13, and I was
So
still.
you never saw it when it first came out? I just remember
something
all the
in
McDonald's
me just said, "No, this is not that bad."
I remember. Hey, you made a smart choice. I just remember all the McDonald's swag, those mugs that came out with the coins and everything like that. And I remember when fast foods used to do the movie cups, those plastic cups that had scenes from the movies on it.
So they don't do that at all anymore?
No, they don't do that anymore because they're trying to be
eco-friendly.
Produce. Yeah, they're trying not to produce so much plastic. I remember, Jurassic Park. That's a disaster movie, wouldn't it? That's man-made, though. That's a man-made disaster.
But it was, in the first movie, it was contained within the park, and then eventually...
The second one was in L.A. or San Diego, because they tried to move the dinosaurs to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And T-Rex got over there and ate that dog, and I was like, oh, shit, it's about to get real.
Wasn't The Rock in, like, a disaster movie recently?
Oh, The Rock was in San Andreas.
Yeah, I think I saw that one. That was
he was in San Andreas.
Horrible.
That's the one that I
should
dreading
watched that
because I'm out here in California, so I'm like, well, when that happens, we're leaving.
What was the earthquake movie?
Yeah, that's the one because the San Andreas fault is what divides California. Everyone's afraid that California is going to fall off into the ocean and become an island.
And Florida.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could do without Florida. We need California.
We call it America's armpit.
Yeah. Freaking.
See, it was you this time. You can't blame us, John.
Oh, yeah, it was me.
alienating our captive
Floridian, our Floridian people.
Oh, it's called the armpit? I thought it was always the nation's dick.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
it looks like a fucking dick, right? Am I wrong?
I've
So
always
the
thought
shit's
it
about
was
to
the
get cut
armpit.
off? Oh, no. We're going to get
What?
neutered. I mean, if it
We're
falls
gonna get
off.
neutered. Oh, that if it falls off, yeah, no, then we lost our dick. And Texas is our balls, and they want to,
Annex.
totally kidding when I say that. Texas is not our balls. Our balls. What would be our balls?
What would be our boobs?
Well, Canada is our hat.
Canada's our head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Colorado and Nebraska is our boobies, and then our nuts are still Texas.
I'd say Texas. You had a good idea about that being our balls.
Balls.
Well, what's our heart then?
What's our heart? It's Ohio.
All right.
Heartland, baby.
It's the end of this podcast.
What do you
No.
think's behind me right now? This isn't from a disaster movie. This is Cincinnati behind me. I don't even know if there's fucking water in there, but there is now. Hey, Cincinnati.
Hey, Cincy. Actually, I know you guys hate their chili, but I actually like their chili.
Is that the chili with the spaghetti?
Yeah, it's a fucking abomination.
I've never had it.
I have. I liked it. It looks like dog food. I don't care. I like it. I don't know why. I just do.
I'm looking now to see what it looks like. Cincinnati's chili.
I like it, but it's called Skyline chili. And I know Cincinnati, they have their own chili, but Skyline. And
Yeah. Cincinnati chili, also known as is a Mediterranean spiced meat sauce used on the top. That's what that coney dog is. Mediterranean spiced chili. That's what that is. So that's how Ohio and Michigan can never get along. It's probably two brothers from the Mediterranean that's like, this will be good on a hot dog. And the other brother's like, no, this will be great on chili.
Yeah, Cincinnati chili and the chili dog. Yeah, two of those
So-
guys. The true disaster.
So it says here, it's used as a topping for spaghetti or hot dogs, conies. Both dishes were developed by immigrant restaurateurs in the 1920s. In 2013, Smithsonian named one local chili parlor as the most iconic food in America. I gotta try this just for the sake of trying it.
which one
Just
is
to
it?
see the Cincinnati chili.
Yeah. I tried the Skyline, and I know they got restaurants with Skyline chili in Ohio, but Cincinnati chili, from what I remember, is pretty good. Can't you
It
buy
has
that?
dark chocolate in it. It says the chocolate is put in it too.
It's probably like a mole sauce almost.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever had like mole chicken, it's like a chocolate sauce. It's like a Mexican thing.
That's a disaster for your gut.
Ooh, disaster foods, White Castles.
But you
Taco
know
Bell.
what, man? My grandma said that that's not beef, that's chopped liver. She used to say that that's chopped liver, the meat.
It
The White
does
Castle,
taste
that's
weird.
probably
Yeah.
healthier for you then.
Yeah. She
If
said
it's
that's-
grass-fed
yeah.
beef liver.
Yeah, White Castles
Yeah.
would do that. Yeah, I'm sure they
Hey,
would.
you never know, man. Who was it that was like everyone was so surprised that it was actual beef that they used? I think it was Wendy's. It was like, oh, they use
I'm not
actual
surprised.
fucking beef.
You can tell the
Yeah,
difference.
when we found out about the chili, I was blown away, dude. when
Oh,
you were
that's
like,
fucking
yeah.
disgusting, man.
What do you mean? The leftover
The leftover
leftover
hamburger
hamburger
meat goes in the
fucking-
chili.
Oh.
care?
I
all
told
the-
Edith
It's
that, and she's like,
refrigerated.
"It's sti-" I told Edith, she's like, it's still good to me.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's not left over for a long time, right?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
don't give a
They
shit.
probably let that shit congeal, and it's got like the little what I call tie-dye grease spots on top of the
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
thing, and
oh,
it's just
Brad.
like, and then you like have to take like a knife and just cut it. It's like thick gelatinous. It just does not sound appetizing. But that's like I don't eat a lot of red meat anymore. Mostly chicken, farm-raised chicken, hens, eggs. I'm very healthy when I eat. I don't want a disaster body. I want a non-disaster body. I want 8-packs and peckies and muscles.
Which disaster would you guys accept for you to die in? Like global warming, tornadoes, hurricanes, destruction that was man-made, or aliens like aliens or predators coming down and just wiping us out? Like, which one would you like?
Predator, it depends, because what if he throws like one of his weapons and it just so happens it catches you right in the ass? Then you're that's a horrible way to
I think
go
you
out.
made
Like,
your choice, John.
spear through the ass.
I'm with you. I kind of want to see an alien before I die, even if it
Shish
kills
kebabbed.
me.
Shish
Even
kebabbed.
if it kills me.
Yeah.
I've seen a tornado. Well, probably not like the ones we would get if it was a natural disaster, but I want to see a fucking alien, even if he's like...
I saw a storm so bad once the sky turned green. I was in Louisiana and like the birds stopped chirping and the sky turned green, and I was like, yeah, this looks like this is about to get bad.
That's when you know shit's fucked up, when the animals shut.
Yeah.
When the animals shut
like
up.
My mom would say, shut up, the Lord is working.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What about you, Aaron? What are you going to get taken out by?
God, man. So when we decided that we were going to do this subject, I have a legitimate fear of tidal waves. Like the massive tidal waves you see deep
Like
impact.
tsunamis?
Like they scare the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah.
So like a big wall of water, because I remember watching Deep Impact. It was like, okay, well, where did they go? How far? I actually like measured how far the wave went, and it's like, did it hit Michigan? Okay, Michigan's safe, so if there was a tidal wave, Michigan would be safe. And then just like thinking to myself over and over again, looking at like this book my mom used to have, like this Judgment Day, you know, when she was more into the Revelations and all this stuff. And I'd look at all the pictures and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
And so my whole thing is like, if I were to go out, if there was a massive disaster, I would want something where I feel like I have a chance at surviving, because I don't know, I don't want to have to fucking, you know, put my kids down, if you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah, dude, I know, that's the worst thing to have to think about. I don't.
Down.
If you could easily survive it, then you know you're not gonna have to do that.
So not a zombie apocalypse or anything?
No, it would have to be like possibly aliens, where it's like massive battle. But if we were to go out, I would just want it to like be real quick, just like a pop, and then a bunch of confetti, and then the Earth is gone.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the Earth get destroyed before you die, or do you just want to die and then knowing that Earth is going to be destroyed?
Man, that is
obliteration,
like
Judgment
you're
Day.
sitting, you're like right on the moon, and you're watching everything happen.
Yeah, you're sitting in a lawn chair and you're just like,
I'm thinking obliteration, like in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, when everything exploded and everything was like skeletal and burnt up.
That's nuclear.
Sarah Connor's holding the fence, and she's just like, rah! Even though it makes literally no sense because all of her ligaments are done, so she should have just fallen into like a neat pile of bones.
Yeah.
But you know, who's to say anything? James Cameron, you fucking, oh my god,
genius,
Avatar 2's gonna
you
be horrible.
genius, you James Cameron.
James Cameron.
Can't wait for Avatar 2 and Titanic.
You know
2.
what, man? I'm not too.
And Titanic too.
You know,
That was
I
a
think
disaster.
what's going to happen is, when is that
Cruise
coming
Control, Titanic 2, Cruise Control.
when is that coming out? Avatar 2?
Avatar 2, I don't know, man.
I think it's gonna they're doing this water thing, and I think this
Waterworld.
that's gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna be Waterworld with
Yeah.
Ferngully mixed in
Well,
with it.
I'm thinking because Namor is in Black Panther, so there's a theme with water going on right now, because Namor is showing up and he's going to be like an Aztec from the water or something like that. Did you guys see that in Black Panther?
Yeah, I don't think it's
I'm scared because that trailer was so good. I don't think they can top that. Usually when
Yeah.
trailers are, in my experience, when a trailer is
Yeah.
really good for a movie, the movie stinks. I'm a little
I think
scared.
Kugler coming back is going to be okay, man.
I think so.
Yeah, I think with Kugler coming back, but I do get your concerns because,
Dude,
I think I don't want him to pile too much into it. I don't want it to be
because you
where
got the
it's so-
death of Black Panther. You gotta tell that story. You gotta tell the transition story. You gotta tell the new villain story. Like, come on,
you got
man.
Ironheart who's going to be in here.
Oh man,
You got Namor. Fuck, man, I don't know how
this
you
could
do
be
that.
a disaster movie. I hope.
Oh, please don't say that. I don't know.
I mean, I
man.
like the first one. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, don't kill me, don't at me, black people, but it was okay to good. And if my man had stayed alive, I think the second one with him would have been great. Just like Captain America, the second one was fucking great. I think the second movies
Winter Soldier, you thought was great? I didn't like
Hell
Winter Soldier
yeah.
was fucking awesome.
Hell, with the Marvin
Did you-
Gaye music and the
Yep.
oh man.
Black Panther, the only issue I had with that was the fight scene
With-
between
which-
him and
with-
Killmonger. Some of the worst CGI I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But other than that, Black Panther has always been one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe. And I still love the movie. It's just that CGI fight scene was just really, really bad.
I thought that it was a very emotional film for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was. Like, if I take the emotion out of it, it's good. But it was just emotional because I was just like the star power of the black dollar. You know, like that was great, man. I hate to make it like that, but that's what it was, man. Like, I really enjoyed that. You know, like Chadwick took on that mantle of Black Panther. Like, it was T'Challa. It was everything for me.
The scenes that I thought were great really had nothing to do with Black Panther. Well, it did. It's in the movie. But the scenes where Michael B. Jordan's character has that little flashback as he's transitioning into Black Panther and he confronts his dad. Oh,
yeah.
God, it's just so
that
fucking
was
good.
That was tough, dude.
Yo,
my
he said,
God,
no
that-
tears for me. No tears for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude. And then the scene where they have this kind of Lion King type of shit where all the Black Panthers are
on the
gathered
tree,
on the astral plane. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
That
got
was a good one too. Yeah.
But you're right, the fight scenes, and as I'm reminded by our mutual friend Eric, like Black Panther in the comics is fucking vicious. He's almost as vicious as Wolverine. So
Yeah.
they kind of played that down a little bit, but
Yeah, that's another thing I want to see, man. How do they handle X-Men? Like when that comes out, because I want to see
Patrick
when
Stewart is
Wolverine...
getting up there too. So who's going to be
Yeah.
Professor X?
Well, are they going to
James
bring James
McAvoy.
McAvoy? James
I like him.
McAvoy back.
I like him.
So I'm looking for the She-Hulk, man. Is it going to be too funny? You know, what really bothered me about She-Hulk was they didn't stay too true to the series with Abomination. He can turn back and forth. Did you guys see that? He
Yeah.
can transform back and forth. He's supposed to be stuck. He's not
Yeah.
supposed to be able to transform. But I'm glad they brought back Tim Roth. I'm happy they brought Tim Roth back.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, Tim Roth played Emil Blonsky.
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
So out of everything they kept from the Hulk movie with
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton.
Norton,
Oh.
they kept Tim Roth. So that's
Well,
good.
they kept Thunderbolt Ross, but he's
Yeah, he died though.
I know, man.
Yeah.
William Hurt.
William Hurt.
Hopefully he filmed some stuff before he died. That'd be
No.
No. Who do you think would be a good Thunderbolt Ross?
the guy who
Who's
plays.
it?
Oh no, he can't do that.
Sam Elliott?
Yeah.
Oh,
They bring Sam
off
Elliott
the
back?
top rope. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
wasn't he?
He was Thunderbolt Ross in Ang
Lee,
Lee's Hulk.
yeah.
But he's getting up there too.
He still
So-
looks the same to me. Like, ever since I've been introduced to him, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he still looks the same from 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. But who's the second one? Who's somebody else you could bring in there?
I was gonna say the guy who plays J. Jonah Jameson, but he's J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. That'd be.
Oh,
He
that's a-
would be.
Oh yeah, he'd be great. It's a plethora of
Yeah.
old white actors that can.
Right,
Right, Aaron?
Yep, we all look the same, Dick.
Yeah.
Disaster movies.
This is not a test.
We'll return after these messages.
Wednesday at a special time,
I love you, Kirsten, and I want you back.
Fox presents the 2-hour season finale
You're too late. I'm getting married, Charlie.
of the best drama on television.
I don't know how to be apart from you.
I don't know how serious it is or anything, but Matt and Sarah, they were both in the emergency room.
Don't miss the unforgettable season finale of Party of 5, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Writing for TV's hottest black star is tough.
I wrote for Urkel for 5 years. I think I know a little about black people.
The show coming up next.
Now, back to our story.
No, I was trying to think of like all-time shittiest disaster movie. We were talking about it, and we said Sharknado, but I don't consider that a disaster movie. I just consider it a fucking tornado with sharks in it.
But it would be a natural disaster because they are animals and they're combined with a weatherly event, which is weird because, not to overthink it, but how are they surviving in this tornado? They're chewing and killing people, and where's the water coming from?
I thought the water was
in the tornado.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because it started from the sea and then it gets.
Now, is a tornado made of water, or is it made of, or a hurricane water and wind? A hurricane will be water and wind, right?
Let's Google that. Yeah, I never really thought of it. It kind of just looks like a big cloud that's just like,
Yeah, because they've done so many Sharknados, man. It's so bad, dude.
I think they're on 5.
Asylum,
the bird flu movie.
Which one was that one?
Contagion?
No. It was this awful.
Oh,
what the hell is it called?
Speaking of movies with outbreak, that was a good disaster.
Is that Morgan
movie.
Freeman and Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, that was Morgan Freeman and Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
What about Dreamcatcher? I always am reminded of. Are you serious?
A hurricane is composed of 2 types of rum: lime juice, orange juice, passion fruit puree, grenadine, and simple syrup. I've had that in New Orleans. I've had that. It's a good.
So
hurricane.
a shark can survive in that.
Well, they'll be drunk, but.
Oh my gosh!
Have you ever had that? Oh my god!
Party time.
Hell, you ever been to New Orleans, Aaron?
No, I haven't. I refuse to go to the South.
You have, John, because you were stationed there.
Yeah, I've been to New
Aaron.
Orleans once. Yeah.
Thunderstorms, warm ocean water, and light winds are the conditions needed for a hurricane to form. So I would think ocean water would be in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and solved. What is the president's name from Deep Impact?
Oh, it's Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. What the fuck is going on?
You're high.
Okay, Morgan. No, it has nothing to do with that. My memory has just been going fucking to shit. Yeah, it's probably because I've too much weed. But
I forget the shit all the time when I'm
Morgan Freeman. What is it? Technically, this was a disaster movie. Dreamcatcher. It had an alien species. And
that was a good movie.
Morgan Freeman's fucking eyeyebrows.
Oh, disaster?
Yeah, but not a disaster. No, his eyebrows were not a disaster. They were full and bushy. I just like that character. I don't know. That movie was so ridiculous. It was a good movie, kind of. So in that movie, The Library of the Mind, I use that. I do the same thing sometimes when I'm trying to meditate and figure things out. I'll be in this massive library and, walking around, it's all fancy and everything. And then occasionally there's like a fucking dude in the corner jerking off. And then, I'm walking around remembering stuff, taking stuff out and whatnot. And then there's the fucking dude jerking off again. And then I don't know why in my mind there's always a dude jerking off.
I don't know, dude.
That's some
Freudian.
Kind of... there you go. You took the words right out of my mouth. So is the guy you or somebody that you want to be?
Holy shit. Holy shit, I'm jerking off to myself. I'm just way too pretty for the both of you.
Was Snakes on a Plane a disaster movie?
No. See, my whole thing is massive loss of life. I don't consider Sharknado one, but for me, a disaster movie like Deep Impact or 2012, like the whole world died. The Netflix movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. That is a disaster movie.
I really like that movie.
I love that movie. But, it shows the whole destruction of the human race, more or less, except that end scene with Jonah Hill. Somehow he survived, even though the whole world is broken apart. I didn't really get that. Did I just give away the ending? Spoiler alert! Don't put that.
Yeah, I haven't. I never.
I don't remember that. He wasn't.
You didn't watch till the end of the credits. Yeah.
Oh, they did some Marvel shit that I missed.
Yeah, most movies do now. Everyone fucking does it.
That sucks, dude. Because DC, the Super Pets did the same fucking thing, and it annoyed me. I was like, why couldn't the credits just be the end? And then I looked up on Wikipedia. Oh, there's one more part that you missed.
If the theater lights don't come on, that means there's usually come on
that's
fully.
What I needed to do.
Come on fully. But
okay, bringing the movies up again. What's something you would like them to serve at the movies outside of alcohol? If you could have a good meal choice, what would you like to have?
Ooh, it can't be too fattening. I don't want to get up to go poop.
You don't want to have something too filling either that'll make you fall asleep.
Exactly. Is that a thing? Like, I mean, you already got the popcorn and you already got
Studio
the
Movie Grill does that, where they serve you can have shrimp tempura, you can have buffalo chicken. They have a wide array of burgers, sliders,
hummus,
all kinds of stuff.
Pita bread. I can do that.
Yeah.
Pita bread, hummus, something simple.
Chicken wings. I would like to have shrimp cocktail.
Ooh, I love a good shrimp cocktail. Yes.
Yeah,
right on
cocktail.
the nose with the sauce.
Yeah, with the cocktail sauce.
Then you have sauce on your hands. You're just licking it.
Yeah.
In the movie. I don't know. It's kind of gross. I don't know. Fish in a theater, that smell.
No, you don't want fish.
I'm thinking peanut butter sandwiches and big glass of milk.
Yes. Well, I'm lactose, so I'll be farting.
What's the best hot dog? Do you think all beef hot dogs should be served?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't like all beef, man.
It makes me poop, though.
Yeah, I don't like all beef because it feels heavy on my stomach.
Brats? What about some brats?
Yes, dude. Italian sausages. Yeah.
Ooh.
Or brats.
They don't serve brats at the theaters? That seemed like
No, they serve them at the ball game. I know they do that at the Tigers game, right?
And you brought up a good point. Do you want like the same kind of guy that's at those games? Like, I got some peanuts here. Do you want
at
them
the theater? No, not during the movie.
Like throwing fucking popcorn at people's heads in the theater. I kind of like that idea.
Get your peanuts here.
Like, comes in, everybody looks at him. He takes out a big ass remote and he like pauses the movie. He's like, anybody want some peanuts? And then like people buy the peanuts and then he unpauses the movie and then boom.
That's fucking dumb.
You would think they would be able to do that.
Oh, did you guys see the preview for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie?
That movie's gonna fail.
No,
now I'm just depressed and angry. That movie's gonna fail. 100%.
You know what, dude? I don't know, man. It's been a resurgence of that game out here, so I don't know.
But those people, most of those hardcore players that have been doing it for a while, don't go out into the sunlight.
I don't know, Aaron. Don't generalize, because some people who have full healthy lives.
Are they the night people? Are we calling them the night people?
Yeah, we post this part of the conversation, and then someone's like, "Actually, yeah, this is he's right. He's 100% right."
Because where I work is a big Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering following. So
do they dress up?
No, unless it's like cosplay. I did see this girl the other day that came in. She had elf ears on, like jeweled elf ears. They were like wired gold with gems in it. She had those on top of her normal ears.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
It was like jewelry, like the tip of the elf ear. I did see that.
You okay over there, buddy?
My knee is starting to fucking go. It hurts so much.
Did you just get old during this podcast?
You ever see that movie, like, Come Back, the Jake the Snake Roberts? All his fucking joints are cracking and everything in the beginning of it. It's the Diamond Dallas Page, like,
I know what you're
documentary.
talking about. I never seen it.
All my knees are fucking cracking all the time. My elbows are cracking. It's just like, I don't know, man. I fucking do yoga all the time. My body is a disaster. And there we go. Back to disasters.
Yeah.
This has been After School Special Podcast with disaster movies. And then a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of Coca-Cola, whiskey, and that's it.
10 Commandments, Charleston Heston.
No, that is the beginnings of disaster movies.
That was the plagues. The plagues were the disaster.
Russell Crowe, Moses.
He was Noah. And that's a disaster movie.
Yeah.
That's a complete loss of life, and him
you ever see
talking
that
to
movie?
the animals. Huh?
No, I've never seen it.
The Noah
I read
movie?
the book though.
Is the book called Noah? Really?
No, the Bible, fool.
I know it comes from the Bible, John, but I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody did just try to like write a fictionalized Noah story. Fictionalized.
They
Noah
added
story.
Darren Aronofsky added a bunch to that, and he also put in the Nephilim, the angels or whatnot. And
yeah,
I think it was in the beginning. Didn't he like show an accurate representation of what they explained angels were, which was just a big fucking eye with wings on it? No, it
was that in the movie? Was that in the movie?
Bible. That is in the fucking Bible.
No,
I don't know
you
if it was
said
in
that.
the movie.
No, it's not in the Bible. You said that
Yeah, it
that
is.
was in the book of
Genesis?
What was it? Not Genesis. No, damn it, because you brought this up before.
I'm googling this shit right
Or
now.
the book of what is
Enoch.
it?
Enoch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the book of Enoch. If we're going off that, then we're going to my man from
Ancient Aliens.
Ancient Aliens. Yeah, because they always talk about the book of Enoch.
But it's not. I don't think it's just the book of Enoch. I think isn't there like an explanation of what an angel?
I know they had a description of the Messiah in there where they say his hair is like lamb's wool, his skin is like brass, his clothes are white, and that when
He's short, red. He's got white spots.
You
On the
can't
top
look
of his
into
head. It's
his
called a
face.
mushroom.
You can't look into his face.
I'm
That's
looking
in
this shit
Revelation.
up. It's just too much to read, but they saying that there are like 12 different descriptions of angels in the Bible, and I'm like,
Okay, before we get too deep into this, let's take this offline because.
and then they're like,
Another
oh, maybe the
part.
people back then they thought they were looking at angels, but they were really aliens. So
Which I can see that. You know, as somebody, all right, so this is just me. I'm a Christian. I can believe that there were aliens back then. I can, man. Like, I do believe that. And I think there's other people who believe that with me. I have that, but I do feel that there were things back then that are very hard to explain, especially with the pyramids. The pyramids are very difficult to explain. The exact geometry of how they were able to map the pyramids out to the stars. There's no way that can not just made man-made. Going everywhere that they've gone in the world, especially on Ancient Aliens, there's a lot of stuff that's left open to alien interpretation.
I think it was
believe
just
that, man.
some fucking Egyptian dude like yelling at Tony, put it over there. That looks good. Yeah, just do that. Eh?
you think
Do the other two a little
they were-
smaller, I think, maybe.
I'm trying to give you some credibility here, and you're just shitting on me, right?
Hey Fred, no, you got to watch out. That linthel's gonna fall. It's gonna take down the whole thing. Come on, man.
It was the Flintstones with brontosauruses.
Do you think they were here at the beginning of humanity just to get us started? And
think
then
they-
they knew later on they're going to
Yep.
come back when we're not as primitive, and then they're going to farm us in our technology.
That's
They don't
that's
farm us
just
because they're
so many.
digging at the bottom of the barrel right now.
I was gonna say, I think we have part of their DNA in us.
Yeah,
I got
think
alien
there was
DNA.
I think there was an alien that fucked a fish frog, and then we came.
Oh, a little skeet skeet in the oceans.
Yeah.
Eat
What is it?
That makes sense. They're fish people. They came here. They made it with our beginning fish or fish species. They did what they did. They left. Kind of like that movie Prometheus. That was like a prequel to Aliens. Kind of like this. Yeah.
Breakdown of the DNA and everything, and then their DNA.
But he disintegrated in the water.
Yeah.
Right? He drunk that fluid and
yeah,
disintegrated.
no, Don's talking about a dude taking a fish and sticking it on his dick.
Well, not a dude. It's an alien dude. That was actually
I'm sorry, I don't want to misgender. They, them, took a fish and put it on their dick.
Yeah. And then they dipped. They hit it. They quit it. They got us pregnant. And then they left. They didn't want to pay any child support. And then
Gave us-
years later, they'll come back when we're all grown and we don't need them. And we'll say, you're not our dad. Or
Yeah, I don't think that's how it worked, but it's a good theory.
what
though.
kind of gifts do you think they will bring back to
He
us?
gets us on weekends.
You think we're like going to get their technology like as a birthday present?
Here, we come bearing gifts. We learned how to give you 10 orgasms at once.
Ooh, that's a great gift.
This is come here to be like, all we did, the future is sex toys.
Oh
Stick
my
this-
God.
Stick this in your ass and you will shoot loads for weeks.
Ropes. I'm with it.
It's just like, a coming.
I think you die after many of that.
I
many
think these
orgasms.
aliens sound like hippies.
Yeah.
I love this. Are they thugs? Are they gonna come back pistol waving and like doing drive-bys to Earth? Like,
I doubt it because they
I
stick
don't
shit
think-
up our ass.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think we're getting a little bit too in depth into that one.
well, we
What?
are the After School Special Podcast.
We gotta teach him about probes and shooting ropes. Now,
Well, close us out, Aaron.
so disasters, boy, our lives are disasters, aren't they? Mine is. But we were talking of disaster movies. Boy, howdy. Everyone dies in them, or at least a decent amount of people die. There's really no hero. So real quick, Don, I disagree with you when it came to the nature. Nature is not the villain, as if we're, I think a villain, nature-wise, you could say, is an asteroid. Asteroid can be a villain. Look at that fucking Armageddon asteroid. That was a villain asteroid if I ever saw one. You don't remember?
What was the destination for that? It was hitting Earth, but where it was hitting Earth specifically where? You remember?
Well, they kept saying it was the size of like Texas. That's all I remember. I don't exactly remember where, but I think with asteroids mostly, you cannot say man is the enemy. Maybe one person that's like, I gotta finish the mission. I'm gonna explode it, and then we're gonna save.
Is that Aerosmith song in that movie the villain?
Yeah.
I think that's that Aerosmith song in the Armageddon movie. I think that was the villain.
That's the villain.
That's the
Steven
villain.
Tyler.
Yes. Liv Tyler. She's a villain.
No, Arwen is not a villain. We're not gonna have that.
I
It's
don't
a
want to
fucking-
close my eyes. I'll be missing you.
That asteroid disaster.
And I don't want to miss a thing.
Y'all crazy.
Hey everyone, it's Aaron from After School Special Podcast. Like what you hear so far? But don't forget to subscribe and download the show on whatever platform you get your podcasts. And just a friendly reminder, we have new episodes out every Friday. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Huh?
No,
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
The Noah
I read
movie?
the book though.
Is the book called Noah? Really?
No, the Bible, fool.